Hello everybody. I hope you're all having a good day today. I am. I've been piddling around with my bicycles all morning in the garage. And today I've got one I want to show you. It's one I'm sure you haven't seen much of, but I'm going to show it to you right now. It's a gas-powered bicycle, or they call them motorized bikes. In my family, I call it my G-bike for gas. And I'll show it to you here in a second, and I think you'll be impressed. It's like a poor man's Harley. It was a little wet to get out in the open and show it to you. I pulled under a church awning where they unload passengers, and it's a perfect place for this. It's an old Trek frame I've got, old Trek 820 mountain Trek. It's an old, it's a mountain bike from the 1990s is what it is. And I've had it for 15 years nearly, and it's just too good to get rid of. So that's all intact. It's still got all its gears. It is a 21 speed. It's all there. Everything's intact. But what I did, there is a company in Oklahoma City that they sell kits where you can turn this into a motorized bike. And that's just what I did a couple of years ago. The heart of it is a Honda. It's a GX35. It's 35 cc's, 4-stroke engine. And the engine turns a shaft that rides on top of the bicycle wheel. I don't know, maybe you can see it there, that spline shaft, knurled shaft. That's what turns the wheel. The engine is connected to that with a spline shaft, and it rides on top of that wheel and turns it. And it's a slick tire from the factory. It's made that way. And you can see it, I've got probably close to 1,500 miles on this, and it really hasn't worn at all. There's places where you can see the lines where the shaft made. I think that's just dirt. I don't think it's wore into the rubber. So that's it. This is definitely a poor man's Harley, or working man's Harley. And I've ridden it. It gets about 100 miles a gallon. I've ridden it from here to where my mother lived in Middle Tennessee. I'm in East Tennessee. It was a little over 100 miles one way where I went, and no problems. I took a gallon of gas with me just in case I needed gas and there wasn't any stations right there. That's what this is right here. It's a it's not a water bottle, it's a gas bottle. I have a bigger external tank that goes right here. That's what this is for. I originally had it mounted there, but I took it off. I was having some issues with the fuel line leaking between the tank and the motor, and I hooked the old original tank back up. And just like all Hondas, it's super reliable. And let's see, I'll start it. Let me start in a minute when it won't jerk. I'll set the camera up and we'll start it. Okay, here we go. This is the first pull. And I don't know what's gonna happen. It's been sitting there about 10 minutes, maybe. Yeah, about 10. We'll see what happens. Not choked or anything. It should just start and idle. Fairly quiet for a small engine. One thing it does like, though, is alcohol-free gasoline. The ethanol seemed to work on these lines, and I had to replace the carburetor, which is not a big deal, but other than that, it's been trouble-free. I changed the oil I change it every couple hundred miles. You could go longer. And it's super easy. To change the oil, you just open this cap right here and have somebody lift the front wheel up while you have a container catching it. A Gatorade bottle would be perfect. Like the pint Gatorade bottle would be perfect for that. And they just tip it up and dump the oil out, and then you refill it and you're good to go. Holds about 3 ounces. I'm gonna go back and take off in front of me and show you how easy it is. But yeah, I think you ought to consider one of these. If you are a little bit of a tinkerer, or if you like to ride a bike and not quite up to pedaling and don't want to go the e-bike route, consider one of these. There is one drawback, though, I gotta tell you about on a friction drive. They don't do very well in the wet weather. They don't have that good of traction on that friction roller. But anyway, here we go. I'm back home now after the ride. When I said they don't do very good in wet weather, they'll do okay on level ground as long as you don't try to burn out with them. They're not going to pull wheelies or anything. No, they're not going to do that anytime. But if you take a good, slow, smooth takeoff, you'll be fine if it's wet outside. I just did, and it's misting rain. It's wet. The road's really wet. So I didn't want to give you the idea that they're useless in wet weather. They're just handicapped a little in wet weather. And I encourage you to give them a try, give them a look. The company I like to deal with is Staton in Oklahoma City, S-T-A-T-O-N. I'm not connected with them in any way. They don't know about me, but I feel good enough about their products to mention them. So I hope you enjoyed it and have a good day. Okay, I can't get away from you unless I mention one more thing. These things are they're street legal in a lot of states without any hassle. You'd have to look up your state, but here in Tennessee, it's considered a moped. It's under 50 cc, and I think top speed's 30 or under. It follows all the laws to be a moped, so no registration, no insurance required. don't know if you have to be licensed or I don't know. That's kind of probably a DUI thing. If you got caught with DUI and they take your license, they may not want you to ride a moped either. I don't know, but I'm not sure about the license part, but other than that, you just hop on and take off. So catch you later.